Katakan di sini walaupun bahasa Malaysia dan bahasa Inggeris menjadi agenda utama kementerian, murid juga digalakkan untuk menguasai bahasa tambahan. Kementerian tidak menghalang pengajaran pembelajaran bahasa ibunda, malah membuka ruang dan peluang pada murid untuk mendapatkan pendidikan bahasa tambahan selain daripada bahasa Tamil, bahasa Cina atau Mandarin, bahasa Arab, Kadazan, Dusun, Bidayuh dan lain-lain lagi. Tidak kita sekat dan kita halang.
Jadi Dinganku, raanmu ye, raanmu, raanmu, raanmu ye. Jadi Dinganku, raanmu ye, raanmu, raanmu, raanmu ye.
First of all, I would like to welcome each and every one of you, especially our team leader, Dr Chali, who is in the Sabah Foundation, and also Rita, Language Foundation, and Language Foundation, this is Dr Chali Ungang, and Madam Rita is the Chief Executive Officer of the Kadazan Dusun Language Foundation, and they also representatives here from Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah. There is one from Kementerian Pelajaran Malaysia, Dr Fazlina. Fazlina, minta maaf. Betul, I knew earlier on. Fazlina, Dr Fazlina. Kementerian Pelajaran Malaysia. Then we have Madam Sandra Rijeng from Bahasa Kurikulum, Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia. We have representative from UMS, University Malaysia Sabah. University Malaysia Sabah, yeah. And also I would like to introduce Dr Jerry, one of the vice presidents of DBNA. And DBNA has 3 vice presidents. And the gentleman on the right who is going to speak later on is Mr. Josak. He is the chief coordinator for Kurikulum Bahasa Etnik, Josak Siam. He works full time at DBNA full-time. The rest of us come here, from time to time for workshops. But Mr. Josak works here full time. Yes. So I'd like to now invite Dr Chali to say a few words before we start the Dr Chali.
Thank you, Ibu Rijeng. Ibu Rijeng from somewhere. He is our now the team leader for this curriculum. Yang berbahagia Datuk Philip yang berusaha, rakan-rakan dari Sabah, Puan Rita, Puan Sandra, Puan Wenda, there is one Professor Madia from Ketua Pendidikan bagian Borneo, UNS, Profesor Madia Jahet, Chief Officer, you also from UNS, okay. Dr Monis from Datana National Association. Datana, Samuel, and then we have our friend from Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia, Dr Fazlina. From our team from the DBNA, we have Dr Terence here, one of the vice presidents. After Dr Terence is Puan Agnes and Mr Josak, and after Josak is who?
From State Education.
Jabatan
Where's Teresa? Teresa from Jabatan Pendidikan Sarawak, and then Dr. Florence from Unimas. Irene. Okay. Alright. Thank you so much for your kind presence, and I'm touched by the President to be with our friends from Sabah and from KPM this afternoon to give you the insight of what actually we have been doing as far as curriculum Bahasa Bidayuh is concerned. Privileged to be given the opportunity to work together with consultants from Sama Institute of Language. Linguistic, from the US, the SIL. And they came to help us in many aspects. They develop our curriculum, they help to set up our sekolah warisan. They help us to set up the sekolah warisan. And that's why we encourage all our visitors with regards to this matter to see what is happening in our heritage school, sekolah warisan. It is fantastic. I couldn't believe it in the beginning. It's really fantastic. We start from A to Z. Everything is all in Bidayuh. The alat bantuan mengajar, the curriculum, the language, everything. And we found out that they pick up very fast from the preschool. On the journey to secondary school. In fact, we have few successful students who are now in Form 5, all started with these preschools. And on top of that, the SIL consultant also help us with the word list. Yeah, so we have the word list. We have 4 here. By the way, I forgot one very important point just now. The Bidayuh people comprises of 4 main subgroup in Sarawak. Mainly the Bukar Sadong, found in Syrian district. The Biata, found in Pendesian Pedawan. The Biata, the Ana, the Tibia, all that. The Bau Dagoy and Singai, found in Bau district. And the Selakorara, found in Lundu. This is word list from the Selako group, Selako ethnic group. It is as good as a dictionary by itself. There's Selako, English, Malay. And then we have the Bidayuh Biata from the Siburan, and the set that I mentioned just now. Okay, Bidayuh Biata, English, Malay. And we have the book Ubang sana from the Syrian group, the Bukar Sadung, Bidayuh Syrian, English, Malay from the Bukar Sadung group. And then we have the book Bang Sina, Bau. This is Bidayuh, Bau, English, Malay. Right? So these are the series of word lists that the SIL team help Bidayuh people to produce. So actually it is not a complete dictionary per se, but something is written, something is documented on our language in all the 4 districts. Right, the SIL teams also help us with the Bidayuh language. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, research done by team from the SIL on the progress, development, and the way forward for our Bidayuh language. Right, and here
Cikgu Josak mentioned to me just now, you will be given each a copy. Academic papers presented both national and international by our team in the KBE and the KBB. So please take the time to read it. Very important, very helpful, and it is a good insight, very important insight on how we should move forward in our own indigenous languages and dialects. And on top of that, the SIL team also help us with all these pictorial books. Okay, book bangsa bergambar, pictorial book. So this material is going to be used later on to teach our kids in schools. So we are actually having series of it. One is from the we are having different series of it. Do you have enough copy, Diego? Maybe we can have if not for all, maybe we can have one set for Datuk Philip, or to put in the the resource center. Datuk, make sure you display to the resource center. Yeah. Okay. So these are the products that we have with the SIL consultants as far as our Bidayuh language is concerned. Now, Dr. Fazlina, let me reflect the way forward, the journey that we have undergone as far as our curriculum is concerned. Dr. Florence mentioned to me just now, by next year we are going to put up our pilot project and to see how effective is, or where we shall begin with our next step of journey. And then with that, then we will be able to bring the entire setup or the entire things to the classroom. With that, thank you very much for your kind attention, and we are ready to answer any questions. Back to you again, Rijeng. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chali Ungang, Deputy President of the I would like to invite Mr. Josak, the Chief Coordinator of Bidayuh Language at DBNA, to present his short briefing on Bidayuh Language Development Program for NLE today. Mr. Josak, please.
Okay, good afternoon to all of you. We're very proud to have all of you here. As Cikgu Rijeng explained that I'm the Chief Coordinator for the project Bahasa Bidayuh, but I was also the coordinator for the MLE project previously. 2019, I retired, and then last year our president asked me to come back again, continue on with the curriculum Bahasa Bidayuh. Just a little bit of kedudukan our teaching over here, and then Sabah is there. Then mostly in the first division we have the Bidayuh belt, we call it Bidayuh belt, and it consists of the groups, 5 main groups. Setiata, and we have Bukan Sadung, Jagoy, Singai, then we have the Selako. Now the Selako, Rara, they usually combine together, but most of them, Rara is only 3 villages in this area, but more on Selako. So, but they call themselves Selako, Rara, but they speak different languages. Rara is more onto the Jagoy section, but Selako is way way further than that. Now, so we have this Bidayuh belt, and we have this language that Dr. Chali mentioned just now. The medium of course, in our country we have the multilingual situation. We have Malay, we have English, then we have the other Chinese. So now I'll talk a little bit on the establishment of Dayak Bidayuh National Association. It was started 22nd of September 1955, and now currently we have 21 branches. 21 branches in this state. Now one of the objectives of DBNA, or Dayak Bidayuh National Association, that we short DBNA, usually we say that. One of the objectives is the preservation and development, preservation, and also the promotion of the Bidayuh language. Then we in DBNA we established one unit. We call it BLDPP, Dayak Bidayuh Language Development and Preservation Program. Then this is the old building that was demolished just last year. No, to 2020, demolished. It has been here before. I think Rita also has been. This building has been serving for more than I think 40 years. Now it has to go off to make way for the new building. It's about 9-story high for the hostel, office, and room. That's how it looks like. Then after that we have the new hospital hall. This is the house that is also there and under renovation. Even this building also is under renovation now. It's supposed to be closed, but we can still use the piece of it for our program. This one is not that important, but on the population, but we have kept the last line. The Bidayuh is the second largest ethnic group, about 8%, after Islam, 30%, and then these are the selective groups of the Bidayuh community. Bukar Sadong in the Syrian district, Syrian division, Biasang group, Jagoy and Singai, Selangor, and Nurara. These are the main groups. Of course, there are smaller groups within each of these big groups. This is a picture of children who are studying in the English school. We established in 2007. We established with the help of UNESCO. We were able to set up the play schools in the 5 villages actually for the start. So these are the pictures, and like maybe have a look at some of the ethnic groups. These are our ring ladies. We call it the ring ladies because they have rings on the arms and then on the legs. Okay, just a bit on this multilingual based education that DBNA has organized and carried out during since 2007. We went over to New Zealand to study, to have a look at what is happening, how the Maoris preserve the languages. So when we came back, we were very excited. So we tried our best to start off the multilingual education program. We set up the committee, and then the Smith, Dr. Chali and Dr. Chali Smith gave us some tips, gave us some consultancy. So we will were very interested in it, so DBNA picked up the project, and later on UNESCO helped us, came to us and then said, are you interested to start off with a multilingual education program? We can help you for start off. So we accepted, and then the information was conveyed to Samuel, and so we sent in a proposal paper to UNESCO, and in 2006, then we started off with our project in 2007. And, UNESCO did give some funding. The first year they gave us 10,000 US. The second year they gave us 12,000. This is how UNESCO funding is. 10,000. And then at that time, Mr. Sheldon Sheffer was the director. So he set up the heritage, we call it the heritage language, carried out by the education committee in August. We had a meeting, then did some preparation, identify all the villages who are interested, and we have meetings, appointing teachers, appointment of facilitators, and all that. In 2007, we had a teachers training. Very only about a few days, and officially the play school started in 2007. On 15 January 2007, and 7 villages. The names of villages are listed there: Gahat Mawang, Bunok, Skio, Pasihili, Jampari, Apar, and also Atas. In 2007, the officers from UNESCO came over, and we had an opening, the official launching of the play school at Kampung Bunok. So Roshan is the one on the right there, and then Artini is on the left, both of them from UNESCO. These are some of the play schools, the community hall, or the whatever rooms are available that we turn into the play schools for the classroom. Some of them are like Skio, for example, is they have a new hall. So this hall was, the Balai Raya was abandoned, so we turned this one into the same thing with Benuk and Dundu. You can see the grass of course, and we turn it into our play school building. These are some of them. In Apar Bau, Atas. In 2010, 3 schools joined us in 2010, so becomes 7, 9, becomes 10. And then later on, another 2 join us, so it becomes 12 schools altogether. So the objective of the heritage language play schools was aid the family in the traditional transmission of language and culture, and also to enable the children to know their heritage and the roots, and to have a sense of identity. These are some of the objectives. Another one is to give the children confidence in who they are, where they come from, and prepare them for the changing world, which is becoming more globalized. And build a strong foundation in the heritage language or mother tongue. This is one of the main objectives. A strong foundation in the heritage language, and to provide a good developmental bridge to the second language, which is M, and then later on in English. the parents played a very important role in this project. So they came in to help and then formed the committee. Now you have visited Sinjok on Friday, and then last night we have one in Benok. Now these two schools, they started in 2007. So Benok is already 17 years. Sinjok started in 2010 and it's already about 14 years. Now why they can still be there now is because of the what do you call that? Cooperation between the JKK and the committee that was set up for the play schools, and they work together. You observed it last night that they organized the play school committee was one who organized the dinner last night, and the others they come in to help. So this is one way they have created their funds for the implementation of the school. These two villages are very strong, so that's why they are there now. So previously we had 12, but later on the schools closed because one, not enough of children, and then also we have problems with parents who were a little bit negative about the school. But anyway, the three schools now, one in Syrian, are still going on. We are very thankful for them. Now, for the implementation of the MLA school, first stage we have the MLA play schools, which we call Taska for the 3 and the 4-year-olds. Some of them, when they are 3 years old, they attend the Taska, the play school. And they continue on with the same syllabus, the same curriculum when they are 4 years old. So if they enter in 3 and when they are 3 years old and they continue 4, that means they are 2 years in that class. So by the time they go to stage 2, they are 5-year-olds, they enter in MLE kindergarten 1. So the 5-year-old. But we are not able to carry out the stage 3 and stage 3 because of the preschool that was implemented in the primary school. So we can only have the MLE kindergarten for the 5-year-old. Even now, we have problem also with the number of children in Benok and also in Sijo. Because the kindergarten, the preschool in the primary school, at first they had one class. And then later on, they add another class again. So they invited the parents, whose children are 5 years old, and the preschool and the primary school. So the number, when we went, on Friday we went to Sijo. There were only 5 of the 5-year-olds in the class because many of them went over to the primary school. Now this is a challenge that we have, but anyway, we still have some children going on. The bad outcomes from having the play schools is the children will acquire better skills, knowledge, strong literacy, more ready to enter formal education, transferring of the language and culture, and developing potentials and maximizes the use of resources like those people at the kampong in the villages who are good at craft, they are able to help, and some of them are good at playing musical instruments. What are the activities going on in the play school? This is the circle time where they have interaction between the teacher or orally. This is what a pasta, and they discuss and developing their thinking skill, developing their communication with the teachers. Then this is mathematics, this is circle time, and the skills. Then we have this one in Syrian. It's still existing, now the school is still there, 70 years. This is Cikgu Dora, the teaching the children on one of the cultural activities done long time ago. That is carrying water from the river, bringing it to the house. Usually the old ladies will carry water in the bamboo, so they bring it back to the house. So they were trying to teach them on that. And also they play bamboo instruments. Culture, okay, this is map that was from UNESCO. To the 7, 10,000, to the 8, 12,000, and 9, 12,000. So this UNESCO helped us for 3 years, and then after that UNESCO said nothing is high time for you to go on by yourself, and they moved, because we want to move. UNESCO wants to move to another country to some of the schools in our country. We have SIL who was helping us, assist us in the research, translation, and then training and video development. Now, one of the books that was developed by SIL is the Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow. Dr. Chali, Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow. That book consists of a lot of. There's no pictures there, only linguists like it. There's a lot of explanation inside there, how we pronounce this and this language, I. Okay, that is one from SIL, but the husband and wife already passed away, and the other co-authors, two of them, Jonas Noy and Robert Sulis, also coming, so all the 4 of them left us, but they have a legacy. Community leaders was helping us setting up the Bidayuh Council of Elders, and this to promote the Bidayuh tradition and culture among the younger generation through forums, symposium, publications, and other social media. The community leaders who consist of the Temanggung, the Pemanca, Penghulu, the Penghulu, and the Ketua Kampung. All these are called the community leaders. So they help us to promote the language and also give us some advice. Publications, DBNA publications that was shown just now by Dr. Chali about the different books that we managed to twin for the use. One of the number 5 there, selected papers of the Bidayuh Language Development and Preservation Project since 2003 until 2017. The book is that right there. So it contains a lot of information inside. We will Datuk Bangun last night messaged me and I said, I sent you a video of what is going on. So he was very excited, like everybody was present, and then he said, make sure that all of them are given something before they go. So we have prepared something for in the form of that book, the selected papers. Each one of you will be given one. This was a message from Dr. Mahon, and we miss all of you. Not of the Sarawak at the moment, and so that's why we recognize Dr. Chali. That's all what I can provide you with some information that we have on the multilingual program. We have more details, but we have time to The next gentleman here is the chairman for the steering curriculum Bahasa Bidayuh Curriculum Committee. Is the chairman, and the deputy chairperson is Dr. Dayak. So we give a thank you to Rijeng. Yeah,
Good afternoon. Thank you, Sir Josak, for starting the briefing, and also thank you to our deputy president for starting the session this afternoon. Yeah. Once again, I'd like to say we're most happy to welcome our friends from Sabah, from the Karazan Dusun Language Foundation, and actually a large reasonably team consisting of members of Jahat Sabah from Kementerian and Malaysia itself, the parent body of education. Where else? University Malaysia Sabah, yeah? And University Malaysia Sabah, yeah? My role now will be to give you some briefing on curriculum Bahasa Etnik Bidayuh. That was the original name. The original name that we used. Now we call it KBB, Kurikulum Bahasa Bidayuh. This is the new term that we are using now, Kurikulum Bahasa Bidayuh. Originally we said Kurikulum Bahasa Etnik because that is too general. Bahasa Etnik means it's a template which other people can use. Bahasa Etnik, anyone can use it. But Kurikulum Bahasa Bidayuh is only the Bidayuh curriculum. It's only the Bidayuh curriculum. It belongs to Bidayuh. The others can refer to it, but they cannot use it. Yeah? That's the difference. So that's the term we are using. Yeah? Right? Let me go very quickly. My short talk will consist of 3 parts. It's not stated here that there are 3 parts, but basically there are 3 things that we touch on. Firstly, I will talk about the background of Kurikulum Bahasa Bidayuh. Secondly, I will talk about the pilot project that we carried out at the end of 2018 or early 2018. And thirdly, I will talk about our planning for the next 2.5 years until 2026, when we hope by then Bahasa Bidayuh will be the curriculum of Kementerian Pelajaran Malaysia, subject to approval by the Kementerian. We hope to implement the system, the curriculum, in January 2026. That's our hope. So by the second half of 2025, we're going to send our formal application with the proper application paper, a formal proposal. Early 2026, we hope to get it implemented, subject to Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia approval. That's why we have Dr. Chali Ungang here. Very important. Yeah. Right. This background to the Kurikulum Bahasa Bidayuh is the background. Yeah? Now it says that ethnic language, today is an ethnic language, is a constitutional right under the Education Act 1996. Yeah. Act 550.1 and 2. And so on, which says that indigenous languages shall be made available if practicable, and parents of at least 15 pupils so request. Meaning the parents need to request. You cannot just go in, parents need to request for this. And then there need to be at least 15 pupils in that school. Yeah? So, and Secondly, it requires that a writing system already exists and has been published. We have those books, those are our writing systems, and they are already published. So we have fulfilled the criteria. Okay? Now, how did the KBE start, or Bahasa Bidayuh start? DBNA initiated the Kurikulum, Bahasa Bidayuh Development Program in 2016, with guidance from SIL International, or Sama Institute of Linguistics, and officers from Education Department Sarawak. So these were the people who advised us, Education Department Sarawak and Sama Institute of Linguistics International. And DBNA extended the resolutions of the Malaysian Indigenous People's Conference on Education in Kuching. There was one international conference in September 2016. And among the resolutions was, and it brought about a support, it gave support to DBNA's application for inclusion of Bidayuh curriculum in the national curriculum. This resolution was extended to the Ministry of Education on the 9th of May 2017. And then we continued with the piloting of the curriculum for tahun 1. That was on the 19th of January 2018 for 12 weeks. 3 months, 12 weeks. That involved 6 schools, 130 students, and 8 teachers. And it covered the 3 major languages, meaning the Gahat, the Sado, and the Bau, right? 3 main languages. We had 4 actually, but at that time, the Sarapolala were not ready yet. So they were not, and the piloting was done for year 1. And I have to give you the results of the piloting. Okay, before I go into the results of the piloting, what are the goals of teaching Bahasa Bidayuh here? The goals of teaching Bahasa Bidayuh are for the preservation of cultural identity. We want to be known as Bidayuh. And how do people know us as Bidayuh? It's because basically we can speak Bahasa Bidayuh, basically. Right? Is as a tool for promoting literacy and platform and obtaining information. And for promoting the use of ethnic language through all education. It must go into formal education. It must. Otherwise, we get no money from anywhere to continue. People work for free. Please don't answer. So when teachers teach this one, they will be paid. Who will pay them? The Dokumentasi Malaysia. That is why we need approval from them. Without your approval, the project will not start in 2026. So we do need your approval for this. And finally, to provide ethnic language as an alternative subject to the large population of an ethnic nationality. Let's say SMPO is like 70% Bidayuh. So why can't we? In Bau, I think 95% of the schools have 95% of the students of Bidayuh. 95% of the schools, the primary schools, have 95% of students who are Bidayuh. Why can't we teach Bahasa Bidayuh? We should. Right? We should. Why? Because we are Bidayuh. That's why we seek approval from Malaysia to have the curriculum in a national education system. Alright, basically this is what it is. This is what this is the curriculum for tahun 1 that we developed early on. Let me just make one thing clear now. Now we actually doing this. When we look at the module that we prepared for year 1 that we piloted, we discovered that we have covered more than enough. I'm talking about the lesson plans. We actually talk about the lesson plans and the skills that were good enough to be taught up to standard 3, up to primary 3. we already produced a module that covered material, including the objectives, the lesson plans, and everything that was good enough and that was sufficient enough to be used up to tahun 3. But it was all included inside one module for tahun 1. So what we do now, when we do the revision, that is end of last year, we started doing the revision, we have redistributed, we have mapped all the skills. We have mapped all the skills, the level of skills, the objective of all these lesson plans, and we have redistributed all these skills into 3 years. That's how we did it. So from one module originally designed for year 1, now we have 3 modules designed up to year 1, 2, and 3. We have done this. We have done the DSKP. DSKP means what? Document Standard Curriculum Pelajaran. Document Standard Curriculum dan Pentaksel actually. Up to year 3. And now we are doing the proofreading. Proofreading. Up to year 3 means we even have lesson plan. The specific lesson plans. For every lesson, from year 1 to 3, we already have it. Year 1 to 3, sudah ada lesson plan. The teacher just masuk kelas nanti, sudah ada lesson plan. They just do some extra work by bringing in some material, or they can make their own video, to make the lesson more interesting, this kind of stuff. But we already have the material up from here. Now we are doing the proofreading. The proofreading is like 50% done. Maybe less than 50%. Now, right? After the proofreading is done, we do the translation. Actually, part of the translation is already starting. That workshop that is going on now is actually just starting with the translation. And we think that this translation might take maybe 45 months. That's the slowest part. Very slow part. So that's why we are not doing the proofreading. Concurrently, we are doing the translation. We are just starting the translation now. Because the Kementerian Pelajaran Malaysia says, when you apply later on, you need to have 2 versions. Versi Bahasa Malaysia and versi, what do you call it? The language. Versi of the language. When you apply, you have to show them 2 versions. So we produce 2 versions, versi Bahasa Malaysia and versi the local dialect. That's what we are doing. Before we translate, we do proofreading first. Our proofreading is done by a group of experts. Among them is Dr Chali Ungang, expert in proofreading. My deputy. I'm not qualified to go to my deputy because she's in terms of knowledge, she's my boss. She's my boss. Boss. She knows more than I do. Right. This is all the project, yeah. And now, I think since I'm running on this screen, I will talk about the planning. Then we go to another slide where I will talk about in more detail about the pilot project. I'm not yet talking about the pilot, but that will be another slide. So we continue with the planning first. Then we go back to that, the pilot project that we did in 2018. This is already on the pilot project. We don't talk about this now. We'll talk about something else. Right, this is the one we're talking about. Right, now we're talking about the present. We're talking about the present. What is happening now since September last year? The last 6-7 months or so, 7-8 months. First thing we did was we met with the Director of Education Sarawak in 2023 to make sure that we know where we are going, and how together. Because we needed him to give us advice, the right implication. So in the team that when there was Deputy Pahot himself, Deputy President, we met Deputy Education Director, who happens to be Bidayuh, Dr. Lesmet. He happened to be there. So we talked to him. The representatives of the department, I think among them were Irene. You were there, Irene, right? Sorry. You were there? Were you there at the time?
Not yet.
You were not yet there, right? You were there. You were there. We met you there, yes. And the steering committee members. And this some advice from the deputy director said, we need to use the term Bahasa Bidayuh. I think that's really something. We started using the term Bahasa Bidayuh rather than Bahasa Etnik. Yeah. But then we had to explain to the Indian Perjalanan that we have 4 regional differences in languages. In the proposal, we need to inform the commentary that we have 4 different languages. We have to mention this in the proposal. Yeah. So basically, that is the advice from our education department at the time. Then we went to see the Minister of Education, Innovation and Talent Development from the Minister himself in terms of education, Datu Sri Roland Saga. That was on 10th of October 2023, and he managed to get for us an allocation from the previous office, not from his own ministry, but previous office. We got an allocation of more than 300,000, which is hardly sufficient, not even 50% of what we need to develop this curriculum, not even 50%. Yeah. Roughly he gave us 300,000 from the previous office. But that is not even half of what we need for your information, because we have done our own budgeting, and this is less than half. So where is the other half going to come from, gentlemen? Where is the other half going to come from? Let's look for it. I don't know where, but we have to look for it. We are less than half in terms of budget. We have budget. And then we move on. We call people for this vacation, and this lady who is here with us came to give us this briefing on what the Kementerian needs, what they tell us that we need to prepare, that we need to have, we need to be ready when we make applications. Some of the important points or highlights that she made during this. She talked about a lot of things, but it's an important thing. She talked about a lot of things. Thank you. But the important things she said were, to write a proper proposal paper. You must set a proper proposal paper. Otherwise, you stop them. You cannot move. You don't have a proper proposal paper. You cannot move. You have to have one. And for your question, we already have the draft. Where all of us will assist to make sure this proposal is done before we send it to the Kementerian. We'll give the draft, excluding the piloting. That's the most important part. The proposal will out, the piloting will be of no use. So the piloting is scheduled to be held at the middle of, after the middle of the election, 2025. After the middle of the election, that is time to do piloting for 3 months. But now we're not certain whether we want to do it for all the years, year 1 to 3. We hope that we need only 1 year. What do you think? Because we have done the year 1, yeah? We have done the year 1, yeah? Yeah, we have done it. And we got very positive results. All right, excellent. I said, piloting was to be carried out year 2 and year 3, yeah? But it took part of time. Year 2, year 3, and to be included in the proposal paper. The teachers need to be trained. We cannot go and start to teach Bahasa Bidayuh if the teachers are not trained. They must be trained. What's stressed by the way? Right. Alright, now we have created 2 different committees. The most important committee is not the steering committee, which is the advisor is our president, no other than the president. Dr. Apar is the advisor, and the advisor of Bidayuh Language Development Program, that is Mr. Dennis Ang, unfortunately he cannot make it here today. The chairperson is Bahasa. I'm very shy to put my name there, so I can put it, yeah. Sorry. Deputy Chairperson Dr. Claudine from Unimas. Secretary, who is the secretary? Amanda. Not Amanda? No secretary. Josak. The chief coordinator is Mr. Josak here. Chief coordinator, he sorts out everything that we did. The material, the coffee, the tea, the room, the life, the place system. But today there's no place system whatever. He is supposed to sort it out. I'm not going to do it. So, this steering committee also consists of 3 regional coordinators, which represent Bau Dayak, Jahet Dayak, and Bahasa. And we have advisors who guide us. These advisors are from JPNS. We have listed down the people. 6 of them are from Jabatan Pendidikan Sarawak. We have listed down the names. 2 of them are here. Alin and so you are our advisor. Without you also we cannot do direction. We have yes, and we have IPG, the IPG guy. I can't remember his name. Then we have the Malaysian education. What's IPG? Innovation and talent development. We have Unimas, and few ladies from Unimas. Dr. Linda Michael. And we have the SEAL International, which they are still with us. The 11 members of the steering committee. The first meeting was held on September 2023. What are the functions of the committee? To monitor the progress of the working committee, to appoint the members of the working committee and associate advisors, and number 3, to approve the budget. This is basically the role and function of the steering committee. Next committee, we have the working committee, the regional working committee. We have 3 regional groupings. We have Pianta. Sorry, now it's 4. Originally there were 3. Now we have 4 plus Lulu. So those are the members inside each region. Yeah. So every time we have workshop, they will sit down in their own group. Yeah. They will sit down in their own group. And each of the groups has a leader. Yeah. Mr. Jahet is the leader for Bau, right? Bau is Mr. Jahet. For Pianta is Agnes is inside during the workshop. And for the Bahasa is Rani is not here with us. Inside there. And Lulu is Mr. Su. So each of them has a leader. Yeah. And the meetings are normally on Saturday afternoons, at least once a month. On Sunday afternoons, at least once a month. Why Sunday? Because that's the time when everyone is free. And also why? Because half of our members are working during kerja, so we cannot have it on Monday or Friday. On Saturday banyak juga kerja lagi. So we prefer on Sunday. 1 to 4 hours. Tea and food is provided, and we pay token condition. Token meaning some money, but it's not salary, but some money. We do pay them token because every session is 4 hours. 4 hours. From 1 to 5 or 1:30 to 5:30. 4 hours. So we pay token to everyone present. That's why we have attendance list every time we come here. I don't get a token. Functions of the working committee to attend all working committee workshops when necessary under the respective language groups and to complete all tasks assigned to the respective group, including producing workbook, video, whatever material that are needed at all for the team. Each group has to produce their own material, supporting material. Yeah, they need to produce it during the workshop. Yeah. Right, this is our KBB timeline. Timeline meaning what do we do from now until the project is approved. That's the timeline. When did we start? All right, January 2024. We map out the skills and writing document standard, curriculum, dan pentaksaraan. We did all the mapping, for the whole month. Because we already have this book, the module, and all the skills are listed. Yeah. So we map out the skills. Okay, year one, these are the skills. So, jangan cakap tentang language art ni lah. Contoh, language art only the time. Tahun 3 boleh talk about language art, tak boleh talk. Darjah 1 talk about language art. That's one of the skill. Yeah. That's the highest skill. Now we talk about critical thinking skills. Mana boleh cekatan tahun 1 talk about critical thinking skills. That will be tahun 3 ya. Because it's a higher order thinking skills. HOTS, right? Higher order thinking skills. So they go into the most senior person, yeah. Right. So this is the kind of mapping. This is what I mean by mapping. Some skills year 1, the simpler skills. Certain skills year 2. The year 3, more complex skills. In what language? Writing, listening. What else? Writing, listening, talking, and what the language? Reading. These are basic skills. These are basic skills. These are the whole thing is